Barrister Fru, you've just listened to your colleague bringing to us the
Yes.
articles of the illegality and legalities and the intricacies involved with this whole idea of a referendum, knowing fully well, and I think the actors and the orchestrators of this whole ideology who are now pushing it so strong as a way out are aware that the administering authority in Southern Cameroons is the colonial authority, of which they have granted him authority, because nobody is seeking to even ask them why they are still in Southern Cameroons. So I do understand all of that. Now, considering all of this, will we be right to say that those who are doing this are La République to Cameroon sponsored or enhanced or influenced because they are trying to, the same way they did the grand national dialogue, Cameroon is not willing to be fair and honest in ending the war they cannot win? Could we be right to make that insinuation? Barrister Fru, please.
Thank you very much, Paddy. I'd like to thank my colleague for explaining it detailedly, given his wealth of experience in the area. In fact, what that means is that whether it's a referendum or a plebiscite, it must be organized by people with autonomy or a country. What that means is if anybody, the UN, wants to organize either a referendum or a plebiscite in the southern Cameroon, we must first have our autonomy. We must first have our country, vote our constitution, vote our laws, vote the electoral code before anybody can organize any election. That is what it means, and that is correct. La Republique wants us to accept a referendum because they will use their electoral register given by ELECAM. They will use their methods of organizing election, and they know how to rig. If with or without the presence of the United Nations observers or any other observer coming from anywhere in the world, La Republique will rig it and we will lose. That's why we are saying we will not accept a referendum at any point, because a referendum is given by a country, is organized by the country, and the United Nations, if it's interested, will send observers. Like my colleague just cited South Sudan, Eritrea, and other places. They had the autonomy before. South Sudan had the autonomy for 5 years before a referendum was organized. If La Republique wants to have a referendum now to decide our fate, we said no, because we have never been part of La Republique du Cameroun. We were never part of La Republique du Cameroun. We don't have a treaty of union with them. How we joined by force because they came in on the 30th of September and took over our territory on the 1st of October. And since then, we have remained in captivity. We were never part of them. So we will not accept any election organized by La Republique du Cameroun to solve this problem. And I thank my colleague for getting deep into how these things are organized, because he has the experience. He has the experience, a wealth of experience, both in Burundi and in Cote d'Ivoire. So La
Amazing.
Republique cannot get it its own way. La Republique cannot force down a referendum or any other, even a plebiscite, on us, because the electoral register that will be used is La Republique electoral register, prepared and doctored by ELECAM.
Okay.
And and and
Amazing.
and the, and the structures are well done for rigging to take place by ELECAM, by La Republique officials.
And the funny thing, Barrister Fru, is if the international community or UN is very interested in using their method or a method to handle. The first thing they should have done is to help Kamto to reclaim his elections that he won, or to help Obi, who
No, to
most
help
probably is the
Sergeant
winner in the
Cameroon
elections in Nigeria,
reclaim his autonomy and his sovereignty,
and
and
Southern
then
Cameroon to
prepare
a
the
quick.
laws, prepare everything, and they can do the referendum even 5, 10 years after,
Yeah,
or
because you
maybe
cannot use a
later.
mistake. You can't use a
That is
mistake
it.
to correct another mistake.
If they organized the plebiscite in 1961, it was because we were still under the British colonial
Trusteeship.
power, and to use the Southern Cameroon's electoral code when we had autonomy, some kind of autonomy under the British control.
Actually, we were self-governing
We were
for
self-governing. That's the word. We were self-governing.
more than half a decade, and
Yes.
the attitude of the United Nations was contravening the United Nations Charter. I think Article 75, which stated that
Yes.
people like us who were self-governing or independent, we had the right to gain our independence without any preconditions.